That's the reason why.
Thank you. Good morning, friends. It feels really weird to be starting a non-planty vlog, but alas, here we are. I'm on my first sort of multi-day, maybe weekly vlog. I'm not really sure when I will end this. I think it depends on how long it gets and what I end up doing over this time and bringing you with me for. But I have just spent some time trying out a new morning routine. You might have seen a reel slash short slash TikTok I did where I was asking what y'all do with your mornings, because I've been struggling in the mornings. Because that's normally when I would like lie in bed and be on TikTok. And I'm especially trying not to do that these days, because I could spend like an hour doing that. And like it was just very chill. But I don't think it starts my day out on the right note, so I'm trying to figure out what to do instead. And I'm still working on it. I don't know if what I did this morning will continue or not. So I did, I think, 10 minutes of stretching with a cup of tea while listening to an audiobook, which I am quite enjoying, at the very least the audiobook part, because people said they read in the morning, and I don't know about y'all, but reading for me is much more like an afternoon evening activity. I kind of use it to help relax my brain to go to bed. Sometimes I can just read for hours on end, but I don't feel like it wakes me up. I feel like it relaxes me, and that's not necessarily the vibe I want to be going for first thing in the morning when I'm trying to like get my productivity going. And in the summer, I feel like when it's much lighter outside in the morning, I can get up a lot easier. But when I'm waking up at 7 and it is like pitch black nighttime outside, I don't feel like I can get up and go for a walk or run or go to the gym. It just feels weird, and so I'm trying to figure out what to do in the winter when I wake up. So I tried stretching, and yeah, it was nice, but I don't know. I feel like I need to get into it. I need to try it for a bit longer before I can decide whether or not I like it. I don't know. I feel like 10 minutes is really short. I don't know if I like yoga in the morning, like a flow. I don't think I want to do that necessarily. Definitely wasn't wearing the right clothes for it. I'm still wearing my pajamas. I have also kind of gotten into a bad habit of just continuing to wear my pajamas like all day unless I need to go outside, and that's probably not a good way to live. Though very comfortable. I think it'd be wise of me to start getting dressed. I mean, most days I am going out at the minute because I am going to the gym or running, so I'm usually just putting on workout clothes. So maybe I should just put those on like first thing in the morning and wear workout clothes for a while. That would make sense. I feel like I am starting in a good place. I have just put on some serum. I have literally no idea what type of serum it is. I showed you from The Ordinary, and I actually am about to run out of that one, and I got a box with some more and some other little bits, because I'm also, I didn't mention this, but I'm also trying to like get better at skincare. I have had like problematic areas. Really, it's only the right side of my mouth here. I don't know why it's not the left, but it's just the right side of my mouth, and I'm really, really bad at like picking spots, and so I'm working on it. But the stuff that I got, the serum, I feel like it does a pretty good job at not like letting blemishes come through. So I bought some more. I've got a tiny bottle to give it a go, and now I have more. Also, this is really, I really like this paper. I just think it's pretty. It's very nice paper. Beauty is being human. Yeah. So I got more of the zinc 1% stuff. This is the serum that I've been putting on day and night onto my face. I got a bigger bottle this time. And then I wanted to get up to the 25 pounds shipping. So I got myself some cleanser because I found when I was just putting on this stuff and then a moisturizer, which this moisturizer. So I've been putting on the serum and then the moisturizer, and that kind of leaves a bit of a layer on my face unless I wash it off. And so I should wash it off. And so I got myself some squalane cleanser to try. So I might be washing my face every day. That is never something I've done. I have been blessed with really, really good skin for most of my life, except for in like the last year when my face has been breaking out here. But like I don't get that many spots ever, so I've never really gotten into having like a face beauty routine. I think part of it is because I don't really wear makeup. I never wear foundation or concealer or anything like that. Like this is me always. And so even when I'm like sick or unwell, you can't really tell because I always just don't have makeup on. It's actually quite a good tactic. So got myself some face wash because if I'm putting stuff on my face every day, I should probably also wash it off so I'm not like getting layers of gunk, because I don't think that stuff really like absorbs into the skin. The moisturizer might, but I don't know. And then I got a salicylic acid mask, which, yeah, I don't know, it's formulated for blemish prone skin. I don't really know, but I figured face mask might be fun to do sometimes. Ow, just chucked that on the ground by accident. So yeah, that's kind of another thing I've been getting into. And I just put like the tiniest bit of moisturizer on as well, because I like to let the serum dry a bit, because otherwise it just, I don't know, it gets weird. So and then rub this in. Am I a beauty guru now? Is that what I'm trying to be? I don't know. I have no idea anything about skincare or stuff like that, like I said, because I've never really had to. And I know I am really, really lucky that that's the case, but I just never learned, and so I don't really know what is the right thing to do. But The Ordinary products, I've heard really good things about them previously, and they are like quite affordable, which is really, really important for me, because I can't just afford to spend like hundreds and hundreds of pounds on skin products that, like, what if I just like stop using them? I don't know. I'm still working on getting into the habit of it. So I am nice and moisturized. I suppose I could put on sunblock or sunscreen moisturizer, which I probably should actually. I'm not going to do it today because I've just put on my normal moisturizer, but in the mornings it would make more sense to put that on. But I don't really go outside that much in winter because it's cold. So another thing I've got to work on. And so yeah, that's kind of my current morning routine, what I'm trying to do. I don't know if I'm going to be successful in keeping this as a habit long term. I think I'm still working out what I want to be doing between waking up and like going to work. I feel like I can do the skincare thing, but that takes like 2.5 seconds. And if I'm up at 7 and I don't really want to start working until about 9, it's literally 9 o'clock right now. You can't even see that. 9 o'clock right now. So yeah, I think I need to figure out what to do with that 2 hours. So we will see. We will figure it out potentially together over the course of this vlog, or not. I can just try new things and see what's up. So yeah, I am going to get to work now. I have some plant swap stuff that I need to organize, and I'm not going to take you along with that because that's not for this channel. That is too planty for my vlog channel. So I will hop back on here when I go to the gym this afternoon. I think I'm going to go right after lunch. I love going in the middle of the day. If you can possibly swing going to the gym in the middle of the day, best thing ever. It is so much less crowded than in the mornings and evenings, especially the evenings. I went and tried to do like a strength training thing in the evening, like I think a week or two ago, and oh my goodness, I had to wait for almost every single machine, and I can't be bothered with that. And I feel like I'm not working out as hard as I want to in that, like when that's the case. So if you can avoid going, then that's great. And obviously I'm glad that like loads of new people are coming to the gym because it's the new year, but at the same time I'm struggling to, like, I want my machines without 08, so I'm not mad at them. Like, you do you. If you're going to the gym for the first time, do it. Absolutely do it whenever you possibly can. No pressure to get out, but I'm just gonna go at a different time if I possibly can, so it can be less busy for me. Yeah, right. See you in a little bit. Right, I'm doing it. I am about to go to the gym. And if it's not too busy, I will take y'all along with me and film some little bits of what I'm doing. I'm currently doing a plan thing from this wonderful lady. I think her name's Bailey, and I've signed up for it online. I think she does like online personal training where basically she does like, she makes a routine that you do and you just do it and you pay her like £40 a month and it changes every month. So I'm currently doing that just because although I've been working out and strength training on and off for a few years now, I really like having a plan to follow. And I also really love the app that she does it through. I think it's called Trainerize, and I can like put in my weights and reps in there, and then the next time I do that set of workouts, it'll tell me what my weight was last time and my reps were last time, so I can try and improve and do progressive overload, which means pushing yourself harder every time to hopefully gain the muscles. So yeah, gonna go do that now, and hopefully I do well with it. It's upper body and abs today, so gotta get my shoulders back, arms, triceps feeling strong. Home and showered now. I was tempted to braid my hair, but the thought of trying to braid my hair with my arms sore from exercising, not gonna happen. It's tiring enough without having just an arm day. Imagine like spending 20 minutes holding your arms above your head when you've just worked them out. Not fun, and I really don't fancy that, so we're just gonna stick with wet hair for now. But I think I had a pretty good session. I did do some harder lifts than before. I'm still working on my form and everything, and I'm not lifting particularly heavy yet because I'm trying to get strong. I will get there eventually, but I am still very, very proud of myself for going and making the effort. But quite funnily, so I was listening to an audiobook when I was there. I was listening to When No One's Watching, which I just got from my library, and I've been listening to it all week basically, and this morning when I was listening, like a bit of a twist came along that I wasn't expecting. So this was my reaction to that. But then when I was at the gym, it's suddenly out of nowhere. This book has been like very, very solidly like drama thriller vibes until I was at the gym, and then it like suddenly just went into like a very romantic, intimate scene, and I was like not prepared for that mentally in the gym. I was just sitting there like, that's okay, we're here now. And so I just had to work out through it, and I wasn't like, yeah, it was just, I was unprepared. I have nothing against it. I just had no expectation that that's where it was going to go. So it was a little bit funny, but I'm really enjoying the book. It's about a neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York, which is a majority black neighborhood that is slowly becoming gentrified, or quickly becoming gentrified. It's like two POVs, one of a black female who's lived there all her life and then went away and came back and things are changing, and then one of a white male who's just moved in. And so it's very interesting, and some like odd stuff starts happening, and they're an unlikely duo. So that is what's up. So yeah, I don't think I spoiled anything there, but it is really good. I am really enjoying it. I think it's been fun to listen to. I don't know if I would like physically read it as well as I am listening to it, but I am very much enjoying listening to it. I've never really been that much into audiobooks before. Oh my god, let me put this camera down. My arm is getting tired. Okay, so I've never, gosh, I'm extremely white. I'm sorry. Can we go down a bit? I'm just far too white for this camera. And it's like really dark in the background and I'm wearing black, so that doesn't help. But I've never really been that into audiobooks before. I've listened to a few in my time, and I'm still figuring out whether or not that's going to count towards my 30 books in 2024. I think if I'm including audiobooks, I can probably get to 50 books quite easily, because I can have an audiobook and a reading book at the same time, which like, normally I cannot physically read two books at the same time because I get hella confused. And so I think I can manage this. I think also because this isn't romantasy or fantasy, I'm not like worried about the two worlds, because the audiobook is kind of set on Earth in normal modern times, whereas the romantasy is often like a fantasy land. And so it's quite easy for me to separate those mentally. So maybe I'll stick with like more contemporary books or nonfiction in audiobooks, because I feel like I can listen to nonfiction, but reading nonfiction I struggle with. But yeah, do you count audiobooks in your reading goals? I don't know if I do or not yet. This is literally the first one I've listened to in quite a while since I've like kind of picked up reading again. So I'm still figuring it out. Any audiobooks y'all hella recommend, I am here for it. I guess I'm an audiobook girly now too. I'm reading in all forms. It's basically all I do these days. I'm like, that's my entertainment, is books at the minute. Books and plants, but this channel's not about plants, it's about everything else in my life. So yeah, I have a little bit more work to be doing this afternoon, and Joe and I are actually going and meeting some friends to do a pub quiz this evening, so that's going to be really, really fun. So I'm going to get back on top of that, back on my work game, and I will see you later, probably, or tomorrow, who knows. Good morning, friends. It is Thursday today, and I've tried something a little bit different with my morning routine today. So instead of like sitting down and stretching, I kind of just pottered throughout the flat. One, listening to my audiobook, which got to a really crazy part, which I was not expecting. You might have seen some of my reactions during, I was just a bit like shocked during parts of it, which is great. I mean, I love that about a book. Like, when do we not want a book to be surprising and different and like not easy to just like think up off the bat, so, or like not too predictable. So that was really good, but I just kind of pottered and tidied a little bit because I was feeling like the flat was just a bit messy and grimy, which normally I am messy and grimy all the way. I'm like not here for it, but like my threshold of cleanliness and tidiness is not very low. I can tolerate quite a lot of messiness, but yeah, it felt good to like kind of have a bit of a refreshed flat this morning. And yeah, but the thing is with that is I don't think I could do that every morning. The flat does not get messy enough that I'll have to every single morning do the amount of like tidying bits that I did this morning. So I don't know if that is, maybe I do a combination of that and stretching. I didn't stretch this morning. Yeah, I really don't know. And I think I definitely thrive off of routine, and so like doing the same thing every morning, maybe except for like the weekends, which I give myself a lot more freedom on the weekends. I'm allowed to go on TikTok in bed on the weekends because it's like free time, me time, I can relax. Whereas on the weekdays I want to get up and feel productive. And I think we're almost getting to the point, light-wise in the morning, that I could get up and go on a run, but we're not quite there yet. Maybe in like another month or so, it'll be light enough that I can like get up in the morning and go on a run. I don't think I would go to the gym in the morning because you get the like early morning gym crowd and it's just busy. And I don't thrive well in a busy gym. So yeah, it's something that I do want to figure out, because I would really like to have a sort of baseline of this is what I do on a morning basis, and like figure out something that makes me feel good. A lot of people also suggested like journaling and meditation. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm terrible at meditation, and I know meditation is different for everybody, but I really struggle with it. And like I can't do those guided meditations where it's like picture this, that, and the other. You're like walking on a beach and then you see a crab, like blah blah blah. What are you experiencing? Because I've got aphantasia, so I don't see the things in my head. It's just black. So meditation I've always really struggled with. I think the only time I felt like I was like meditating was when I'm spending time with my plants, and then I can kind of not think about anything. I can just focus on that. So maybe I need to do something like a walking meditation, or just take time with my plants in the mornings. I don't know, because I think a lot of you also said that you take care of your plants in the mornings, because that's the time you have outside of work, which I totally get. But since plants are my job, I'm very, very lucky in that I can do the plant stuff during the day and like bring you all along with me for my other channel. I'm lucky about that. But yeah, I think I just need to try more things and experiment. I think listening to my audiobook, I am really enjoying that first thing in the morning. So maybe I will get more into those throughout the year, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I'm up and at 'em this morning. I have some work I need to do. I need to film for Get Growing, and I also need to go on a run today, and I'm figuring out whether or not it'll be nice enough, because I don't think it's supposed to rain, but it's supposed to be cloudy, so I think I could probably go on a run outside, which I do massively prefer over running in the gym. It's just slightly more entertaining in my opinion. but I've got that to do and just other bits and bobs of work. But I need to figure out if I'm gonna run first or film first, because if I run first, I'm gonna have wet hair for like quite a long time because my hair takes ages to freaking dry. And I know I could use a hairdryer, but I try not to use heat on my hair, and I don't like using a hairdryer. It's never been my thing, so I just don't. Oh, these are such like weird problems to be talking about online. I don't know, is this oversharing? Is this too much information? I'm still working out this whole vlog thing, so if I am giving you like far too much detail on things, let me know and I can pare it down a little bit. But I'm just kind of brain dumping at you a little bit, so sorry, but that's just what's going on through my brain. So I am going to finish my cup of tea, probably do some emails and stuff and like other work bits, which is not fun for y'all to watch. So I will see you later when I go on my run, hopefully outside. Okay, so I'm going to go on a run right now because it is quite nice out and I just much rather run outside than inside at the minute. And I need to do it before it gets dark. So I have just over an hour until sunset, and I think that should be plenty of time. I think I'm gonna try and do a 5K. There's a really nice loop that I can do by mine that's almost a perfect 5K, which I love because it makes my life really easy. I don't need to like do laps around anything, because I do find laps kind of boring. Seeing the same thing over and over again is not ideal for me. Also, I'm not counting my reps on my warm-ups because I'm speaking to you and apparently I cannot count and speak to you at the same time. So just doing a bit of a warm-up before we go, because one, you should do it, but two, basically I've had like a bit of a weird thing with my knee, my right knee, for a couple months now. So I fell over while I was running in November time. I know, November, and I fell straight on my knees, and my right knee since then has been a bit funky. And so I'm trying to be really good about warming up to make sure that I don't further injure my knees. I had a thing, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, where my knee just kind of gave out a little bit and was like extremely painful for about 24 hours. And that was really not fun for me. I basically couldn't walk, which was no good. And since then, I've come back to running a little bit. I think this will be my third or fourth run since that. I took it a little bit slow and I skipped a few leg days. It's really weird because it really only hurt for 24 hours. Like the next day I was fine. So I really don't know what I did to like hurt it or fix it. I don't know if I did anything really, but I'm just trying to warm up well enough and make sure that my body stays happy and healthy, especially if I'm gonna do my triathlon eventually, which I did sign up for. If you're following me on Instagram, which I highly recommend you do, sorry, I'm out of breath, but follow me on Instagram. It's emma.keeps.growing as well on there, and you can like see things more often from me. I'm gonna be posting on there much more often than I'm gonna post on here. If I'm trying to post like 2 videos a month, but I'll be doing shorts and stuff. I don't know, it's just a bit more of a daily thing over there, as opposed to here, it's not. Cool. I feel warm. A bit nervous, but let's go. So, I think my main thing is that I just can't push myself too hard. I'm not gonna be going very fast. My goal is to finish this in under 40 minutes, which is quite slow for me, but I'd rather be slow and steady and get it done and not screw something up than to try and rush it and reach a record or whatever for myself, a PB, and screw up my knee more. So that's that. Also, I don't know how to wear a headband. This makes me look bald. Not that there's wrong with anything being bald. I just like myself with hair. But it's fine. Okay. We can do this. I can do this. Okay. Gonna go. I need to go because the light is gonna go, and I need to go before the light goes. So I'm halfway done, 2.5 kilometers down, and I really want to stop. I haven't done a 5K, except for with Joe lately, and he normally pushes me to keep going. So it's kind of hard for me to do it on my own. I would love to stop, but I can't. The thing about this 5K is I'm at the furthest point from my house right now. So I either have to run back or walk back. And I'm gonna try and run 3.5 kilometers down, 1.5 to go. I'm still going. And that's what matters. I just gotta keep pushing. I did it. I did it, guys. Hello. Hi, baby. Did I get you wet with my hair? Okay, I'm not gonna let her chew on my hair. But hello, I have just gotten back and showered now, hence the wetness. But I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like going backwards. Cause right now I feel like I'm going backwards. So my run today was 5 kilometers and I did it in 39 minutes and 53 seconds. And I feel like that's one of my slowest 5Ks that I've done since I started running. And that is a difficult thing to get my head around. I'm trying really hard to be like, no, it doesn't matter how fast you did. Like, the fact that you went running at all is what matters. But it's still hard for me to not beat myself up over I don't know, falling backwards behind, not doing as well as I was before. And I don't know if it is because I'm out of practice. I'm recovering from a potential injury. I did a little bit over being at home, like in California, but like not loads. I wasn't running as frequently as I was like in London. Or just also I'm doing strength training again, which is going to make it harder to run as fast. Those things don't normally go hand in hand. There's like a stereotype that if you're a fast runner, you can't lift, and if you're a heavy lifter, you can't run. And I'm trying to do both. Oh, so I think probably the answer is a combination of all of these things. But it is really, really difficult for me to be experiencing this, and Like, I know it's fine. I know it's fine. And I know it's normal, but I don't like it, and I'm trying really hard to not, like I said, beat myself up over it. I know progress is not always linear, and growth is not always linear, but when it's going on the downhill, it doesn't feel great. So yeah, I'm smiling through the pain a little bit right here. And it's okay. I don't always have to be running my fastest kilometer, mile, 5K, whatever. I don't. I know that. But, like, I always wanna be lifting the heaviest I've ever lifted and, like, running the fastest I've ever run. But, like, I know that that's not feasible. Yeah, I don't know. Just wanted to give you a little bit about where my mind is after that. Like, I'm proud of myself for running. I'm proud of myself for going outside and doing it. That is great. And doing it outside as well. I just like getting outside is good, because otherwise, do I leave the house? Not really. So that is really good. But I have mixed feelings about this, and I think I just need to sit with it for a little while. But instead I'm gonna go back to work. I'm just cooking some dinner while Joe is on his way home. We're making some lentil shepherd's pie with lots of veggies in there. That's just cooking away. And and I'm gonna make mashed potatoes for the top, obviously. But I'm gonna wait until Joe's home for it to be closer. But I just finished my audiobook. So I just finished just right now when no one's watching, and it was really, really good. I was listening to the like crazy more climax bit while I was running, and I think that was helping me push through. But yeah, it was really good. I highly recommend it if you want something that's a bit of a thriller drama kind of thing. Highly recommend. It'd probably be great reading it as well, but I really enjoyed listening to it because there was two readers, one for the male perspective and one for the female perspective, so that was really nice. I thought it was a good touch. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would say 4 stars. I'm gonna give it 4 stars because I thought it was really good, so recommend if you wanna give it a go. I'm gonna finish cooking dinner now and wait for Joe to get home, and I probably won't see you until tomorrow morning because I think we're just gonna do like lazy things this evening because I am beat. Just getting into bed now, and I'm gonna read a little bit. I'm currently reading Cursed, which is the second book after Gilded, which is the Rumpelstiltskin retelling, which cool beans. And I currently have 7 hours to go before I finish the book, and I'm trying to finish it before Tuesday next week because Crescent City 3 comes out on Tuesday, and I'm actually going to the midnight release of it on Monday evening with one of my friends. So I feel like I'm gonna want to start reading that like ASAP. So I'm hoping that I can get this one read in the next 5 days. 7 hours in 5 days? I think I could do that. I read almost an hour every night, and then I can just read a little bit extra on the weekend. I think I can make it happen. Looking forward to it. So yeah, I also stopped mid-chapter last night because I was getting really tired. So yeah, that's me. I'm gonna read now, and got a kitty in my lap too, which makes this even better. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You cutie patootie. She often licks the blankets. I'm pretty sure it's because she thinks that it's our fur, and so she's grooming us, which is very sweet of her, but quite silly. I mean, like, she understands that this is our skin, but silly girl. You're a silly girl. We did it. We're outside before dawn. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday this morning. Thank goodness the week is almost over. I feel like I need a bit of a break. Been working really, really hard. And I'm kind of exhausted this morning because Cleo woke me up at 5 a.m. She sometimes wakes up at 5 a.m. and then kind of rummages around for a little while. And normally I can get her to go back to sleep, but this morning I couldn't. So I've kind of just been awake. And I actually just like got up and did some work because I'm like, well, if I'm awake, I may as well. And then like maybe I'll take an afternoon nap or something like that. But I did try a different morning routine this morning. I feel like this video is kind of turned into a trying different morning routines to figure out what works best for me. But this morning at 7:30, a reasonable time to get up for both me and Joe, we decided to go on a walk and go outside. That was another thing that a lot of y'all recommended, to like go outside, see some sunlight, get our bodies moving, leave the flat, because that's something that I don't always do every day, and enjoy that. And that is something that we do like to do when we possibly can, and it is something I would love, 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 love to get in the habit of. I think it's my favorite of the morning routine things I've tried. I think my main issue is that the sun wasn't up when we left. So the sunrise right now is at 7:48 in the morning, and even when we got home at like about 8 in the morning, like all the buildings around, the sun hadn't actually come up. I haven't seen the sun today yet. I mean, it's out now, but it's around the corner and I don't have any east side windows, so I can't really see it. But yeah, we like, it is light enough to go outside. It's not like it's dark, but I'd much, 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 much prefer it to be sunny and warm. Luckily, it's not like cloudy and raining today. I think if it had been, I would not have gone out for a walk this morning, because I told Joe last night in the morning, this is what we're doing. And he's like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And if it had been not nice weather, I would not have gone. But seeing as it was actually quite nice out, we went out and did a bit of a walk, and it was really, really nice to like get our bodies moving, and nice to just spend some quality time with Joe as well, just because like during the weeks, especially when he's going into work a couple days a week, I don't really feel like I get to see him that much. And like when we're both home in the evening, we're just tired from long days, and we don't really get the quality time aspect as much. And so I think it'd be a good thing to rejoin into our routine, so we're having like good, healthy, quality time where we're just talking to each other and talking about what's going on in our respective lives. Not that they're very separate, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I really liked that. And then we came home and had some breakfast and hot drinks, and now I'm starting to work again. I'm trying to get a video up on Good Growing today, and I think this video, well, by the time you're watching it, it will be up, obviously, but I think I'm gonna try and get this one up for Sunday. So you have weekend time to watch it and chill with it. I think that's the goal. But yeah, I think this was my favorite morning routine thus far. The only thing that I think I was missing was listening to an audiobook, because I do have a new audiobook that I'm going to read / listen to. What's it called? It is called Counterfeit by Kristen Chen. So that should be fun. It's 7 hours. So yeah, the only thing I was missing this morning was listening to my audiobook, but I suppose I can do that whenever. But today, what we've got to do, we've got to climb this evening and work today. Those are my two things that we're doing today. And I'm looking forward to going climbing again. But because I'm going climbing and I did a walk this morning, I'm not going to go to the gym today. Normally Friday would be a gym day for me, but I can do gym on the weekend instead and do different sort of exercise today. I think that's the vibe I'm going for. Because, I mean, technically climbing is a full body workout, and I'm sure my arms mostly and back and shoulders will be sore tomorrow because of climbing. So yeah, that's kind of where we are with that. I don't know what my morning routine will be long term. I think especially going into the warmer, brighter months, going for a walk in the morning will probably be pretty high up there for me in terms of what I want to be doing first thing in the morning. And it takes like a good amount of time. I think we went for like 45-minute walk, which takes up a lot of time in the morning, especially if we're waking up at 7 and trying not to work until about 9. It makes the most sense for us. I finished off making my oats this morning as well. So I showed you last night my recipe for my protein oats, and my little jar makes 2 days worth. And then every day I slice up a banana to put in there and put a teaspoon of peanut butter in there as well. And I just end up eating half of the oats, and then I'll do the same tomorrow to have the other half. And I think I really like it. I've always been a big fan of overnight oats, and I think in the summer definitely putting other fruits in other than banana would be good too. But in the winter, the fruits in the UK are pretty not great. So I think I'll just have to wait until again summer, warmer months for those to come into season again, and we can give those a try. But for now, I'm really happy with that, and I feel like I've started the morning on a very positive note, even though I woke up aggressively early and we'll probably be a bit tired this afternoon, but we can deal with that when we deal with that. So yeah, let me get to work. I absolutely love it when it is sunny in our flat. It's like, look how nice that looks. It's just like the rainbows come out and it's warm and bright. I just love it so much. Why can't every day be like this? We've decided to walk to the climbing gym because it's a nice enough evening and we've got to get our steps in before we do more exercise.
Gotta do it.
So yeah. Hello again. It is Saturday now. Had a very chill weekend morning. Not done a whole lot. Just resting our bodies and minds and whatever. So I didn't think it was worth putting on the camera for anything. But I think this is where I am going to end this video because I feel like I did some good experimenting this week on my morning routine and tried out a bunch of things that I feel like I could potentially add into a morning routine down the line. But I feel like my ideal is like maybe some sort of all three of the mornings. So I think number one, I would love to wake up and go for a walk, but at this time of year it's a little bit too dark to get up at 7 and go for a walk, so 7:30 makes a little bit more sense. So I was thinking and talking with Joe about it, probably waking up at 7, getting up and stretching for a little bit just to warm up our muscles, then going on a walk, and then having breakfast and making sure the flat is tidy before going to work. I feel like that is my ideal at this point, which I feel really good about, and I feel like I can try and make that happen every day. So we've set a goal for ourselves for next week to try and make that happen, and hopefully we'll feel a little bit better and more productive and maybe a bit more energized in the day, because we're actually going outside and, oh, what if it rains? Well, I'll figure that out when I get to it. But yeah, I feel like we're in a pretty good place with that, and trying all of your suggestions has been actually really helpful, and I really appreciate everyone who shared with me what they do in the mornings. It has helped me hopefully figure out my own morning routine. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up down below, and please give me a comment on your feedback. Too much, too little, like critique, good stuff, bad stuff. I won't take any of it personally. I am still figuring things out with the channel and figuring out how I want to do things, and so I will definitely take all constructive feedback and things that you like as well. If there's bits that you like or don't like, let me know, and I can hopefully tailor this to be something that we can both enjoy and works for both of us. So yes, pretty please, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you have a really good one, and subscribe for more if you want to see more. But until then, definitely keep an eye on my Instagram and my shorts, because I am really enjoying posting on Instagram and shorts with more personal stuff. So if you want a more regular contact with me, definitely check that out. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye!